A very warm welcome to Tech Mining. In the previous video, you laid the foundation of your application's security that will be imposed on menus, pages, and page items. In this video, you will create user groups. In this setup, you will be using two tables. The master table will hold IDs and titles of groups, while the details table will contain all application privileges, specified in the segments setup, for each group. You will set up user groups using just one application page. This page will carry two main regions, parameters and groups privileges. In the parameters region, you indicate whether you are creating a new group or are manipulating an existing one. Based on this selection, you will be provided with the appropriate interface. For example, if you are trying to modify or delete an existing group, then you'll select the existing option, followed by a group from the provided list. When you select the new option, a different interface will be presented to allow you to create a new group. Just like the financial year setup, you'll start by creating a blank page for this setup. Add a blank page and other components to the page. Open the source code, Part 7 folder. Open SQL Queries 7.1.txt file and copy the first query. Then paste it. Remaining two queries will be used in next steps. Note that the two page items, P21_group ID 2 and P21_group title 2, are displayed only when the new option is on. Make sure that the value attribute new doesn't have any leading or trailing blanks. Add two buttons to the parameters region, as demonstrated in the video. These buttons will be displayed on the new group creation form. Clicking the Create Group Allow All button will create a group with all the application access privileges, while clicking the Create Group Disallow All button will create a group without any privileges. Under the Processing tab, right-click the processing node and choose Create Process to create a new process. For PL/SQL block, open the source code, Part 7 folder, copy the file named create_new_group.txt. Then paste it. This new group process is associated with the two buttons created in the previous section. Create a button to delete an existing group. When you submit the page through this button, the process delete group, created next, is executed. Create a new process to delete a group. This process will execute only when the user selects a group from the select list. In other words, when the value of the page item P21_group ID1 is not 0. Open the source code, Part 7 folder. Note that the GL_users table already has a constraint to avoid the deletion of a group with associated users. This is another static content region that will carry tree and classic report regions to display the application access privileges of a selected group. The region will be displayed only when you select the existing option from the radio group. Add a tree region to the group's privileges region to display the application access rights of the selected group. For SQL queries section, open the source code, part 7 folder, copy and paste code from treequery.txt file. Click the Attributes node and set the properties. Create a hidden page item named p21_selected_node. Modify page 21, click on the root node page 21, user groups. Scroll down to Function and Global Variable Declaration section. Open the source code, part 7 folder. Add Classic Report region. This report will show the name of the selected segment, along with its access privilege. A button will also be added to this region to allow _revoke the access right. The report is presented using a query that is based on the value of the hidden page item, which is p21_selected_node. For SQL query, open the source code, part 7 folder. You also need to refresh the Classic Report region, selected segment, with the appropriate data when the user switches from one tree node to another. The dynamic action mentioned in this step serves this purpose. Create this dynamic action under the Change node. Add a button and a process to allow and revoke segment access right. This button will appear in the selected segment report region. When clicked, it will invoke the associated process to either allow or revoke access privilege to or from the selected group. Create the button and the corresponding process. For PL/SQL code, open source code, part 7 folder. All set, execute the following steps to test your work. Save your work, click the New option in the Parameters pane. Enter a title for the new group. For example, enter Admins. Click the button Create Group Allow All. This should create the Admins group with all application privileges. Click the existing option, and select Admins from the select list. Click different tree nodes and watch the changes in the right pane. Click the Allow/Revoke button and note the immediate reflection. The value Y in the Allow Access column says that the selected group has the access privilege on the selected segment. Add 2 more groups. Name the first one Managers and the second one Clerks. Create the Managers group using the Create Group Allow All button. Create the Clerks group using the Create Group Disallow All button. Note that sometimes when you click a segment node you do not see anything in the selected segment region. This happens when you forget to select a group from the select list. You've successfully set up the application access privileges, but these privileges are not yet implemented. This is because the application is in the development phase and only after its completion you will be in a position to completely deploy the security module, which will be done in part 31. In the next video, you will create a setup to add accounts of the application users. Thank you for watching the video.